I very much so. I get this thing finished, or thereabouts. Apart from obviously putting it up, because I can't see a thing outside at the moment. In case anyone's wondering, I've been, creating this gargoyle of a letterbox. Yes. He's an ugly little fella, isn't he, I must say. And I got wings. That's one wing. And I managed to glue up the other wing as well. I've got to do the reinforcements for it as well. Because, you've already seen me do that one, haven't you? So, hopefully, we can get these attached somehow. Sort of. What's that way? Is that like that? Yeah, like that. Kind of. I'm just looking at how it looks in the actual camera. It looks ridiculous. Anyway, I've reinforced the back of that one. I've got reinforced back of that one because there's a lot of end grain. So where the the cross grain, like areas like this, where the grain is going that way, it's a weak point, and also here where it is laminated up, these old boards, floorboard and what have you, which I just glued together. So obviously they're weak points as well. So what I did on this one, just to reinforce it a little bit, I just glued and clamped up some reinforcements on there. You're not going to see that, obviously, because they're just offcuts from doing the old curvy bits of the actual, of this project. But you won't see that anyway, because it's going to be there like that anyway. So, yeah, sort of, kind of. Think about the angle it's going to be looked at now. It's going to be seen from that sort of angle. And sort of like that. I think more like that, kind of. Yeah, Anyway, so, what I want to achieve today, I want to get it finished. I need to get my bench cleared off. I need to get everything out of the way. I need to have a massive tidy up and clean up, because I'm in a complete and utter mess. My dear wife, Caroline, that's her birthday, yes, she's just 60. Yeah, she's a little bit older than me. She's 8 years older than me. She's my sugar mummy. A broke one. Anyway, so she was in there early, just having me sweep up and clean up and hoover up and blow all the dust out of the way and tidy up a bit basically. But I need to have a proper clean up in here. It's getting a bit out of hand. You don't realise it until you start pulling things out and then there's piles of dust. You do a bit of wood turn, a bit of sanded or whatever, and it's clouds of dust everywhere. You can protect yourself as much as you can, but everything else gets covered. So that isn't very helpful. No. So maybe, if the gods are on our side, or was it the gargoyles, we might be able to get this finished. Okay, so the plan is, finish this wing off, so that can be attached. That wing is pretty much almost there, but apart from a bit of scorched earth effect, if I've got any gas left, that is. And then lacquer it up. But also, I need a little bit of reinforcement down this side, here. I'm quite happy with that now, that's fine. A little bit of reinforcement on the ears, because they're vulnerable. They get knocked quite easily. And that's it, really. I think that's about it. And then maybe I'll do a video mounting it. And hopefully the post lady will turn up at the same time. That would be funny. Now, I did try and find some lights for the eyes. But then, where we are in France, they're not available yet. They ain't got the spring, summer stock in for garden lights. They had some in there, but they weren't what I was looking for. They're just totally wrong. So what I was going to do is just get a couple little, solar garden lights and, take the solar panel off, mount it on here somehow, and then take the wires, take the little bulb out with the wires, and then put them in the eyes, put a bit of nail varnish over them, red nail varnish, so they're red. So something like the red glowy eyes. I thought it might be a bit of a laugh. I'll probably get fined or something for causing an accident, but we'll see. Let's see what people say, how people react when they come past in their cars. If they end up in my ditch, well then obviously there's a problem. I might have to readdress the situation. Yeah. I want a spotlight on it. Just like going, sort of like a flickering spotlight maybe. Isn't that scary though, is it? Let's be honest. He's got his tongue sticking out. Nah, that's softens it, doesn't it? It does. Oh, wait, no. Anyway, let's see who's here. Oh, we've got 8 people here. Can't be bad. Live chat. There you go. Oh, do you know what? I thought, go nuts. Really? Okay. Maybe. That might be a plan. Ooh. Right, so need just a second. I'm just going to get a bit of tape. I need to create my my fabric. Well, yeah, it's a lens hood because I can see there's quite a bit of glare off these lights above. So I'm just going to stick that on there. As ridiculous as it sounds and seems, it does actually help. Yes, it does. I can do a bit bigger. There, what about there? Oh, you can see my pink paper. Not my pink. That's a bit better. Why isn't it? Anyway, anyway, that's better. Let's put that a bit higher. Bear with me, bear with me. That's better. Yeah, there we go. So where were we? Hello Glasgow, hello Jasper. And obviously you've got to have your rocking horse's bumhole. I understand, Jasper. I know what you're on about. Oh, Susan DeWitt is saying, hubby is laughing. He's 6.5 years younger than me. Are you his sugar mummy? Ooh, maybe. I was only 18 when I met Caroline. I was a wee nipper, I was. Anything to get out of the family household. Out the frying pan, into the fire. And her 4 kids. Right, so we've got 6 kids. We've got 6 kids between us. So yeah. That was a busy, busy house, that was. Bunk beds everywhere they were. Like a dorm. That's what it was. Hello, AJ. AGK Woodworks, how are you? Hope you're well, buddy. And get going. Oh, yeah, how you diddling? And Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Afternoon. It's kind of like night time here. Evening. Well, for me it is now, I think it's about 7:15 now. It's Shannon DeWitt. Hello, sir. How you diddling? Are you Susan DeWitt's daughter by any chance? I bet you are, aren't you? I've got a few project ideas for you. Once I get this one out of the way, we're going to do some easy to do projects. I think it'd be quite cool. If you are Susan DeWitt's daughter, I'm making an assumption. Maybe you are, maybe not. Let's have a look. Oh no, look, I've got a bot comment. That's cool. Not. Glasgow, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh. Right, let's get to it, shall we? Where do I start? I don't know. I've been in a bit of a mess today, I have. I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going. Or am I going or coming? I don't really know. Other than that, I do know I do need to get these little wings sorted out. I've tested them. They don't work. No, they're just for show. They do nothing whatsoever other than look silly. Yeah. I do know I've got to do that. So that's what we'll do. So we've got this one here. It's going to have that old scorched earth effect. It might have to, come to the actual fire, I think, because my gas is running low. I was supposed to get, there's a bit of gas left there. There might be enough. I was supposed to get one today and I forgot, like an idiot. The other thing I could use is my blow torchy type fire down there, my space heater. That's a pretty ferocious thing. Right, so we've got that, and we've got that kind of thing going on here. Yeah, like that, that's it, that way around. That looks so ridiculous. Right, so I need to sand them off first. That one needs to have its little reinforcements put on. I just clamped and glued that up with some nails in that one, but that had some time to go off. We haven't got that time today to do that, so I'll put screws in instead. Probably some nails and then double it up with some screws. Because these areas here where the tongue and groove board was, or is, on the back, where the clearance is, they're quite, they flex a bit. So I've got a coffee. It's gone cold. It's not that warm in there today. I only just put the fire on, so that's not going to have a lot of effect. So I've got these weird offcuts got kicking about. That's what I used on the back there. So I thought, I don't know how to do. There's no exact science with this, is there? We're just kind of going with the flow, really. So as you can see, I've shaped them up a little bit on that one, so it's not quite so offensive. I say you can see, you can't see because I've got the camera up there. Let's bring you down. There you go. That's the only thing about here. Put you over there so you can maybe see me as well. That might be possible. I see my full face. Oh, just about not. It was all good fun. Yeah. See my woodwork burner in the background. That's smouldering away. It's burning sawdust today. Right. Aha, you can see me now. Right. Can you see me now? Right, so I've got two here. I'll probably make a third one out of that one, which will be that one there. But I'm not worried, it ain't going to be the same. If you do have a customer, it would be different, wouldn't it? If you make something for a customer, they're going to expect a certain sort of level of continuity. But why do I care? I don't, quite frankly. I'm just going to go with the flow. And I think it's healthy to do so sometimes. And that's going to go on there, but obviously a lot smaller than that one. That one needs to be reshaped slightly as well. That one's too tall, but doesn't really matter, not really. But it's only got to do its job. So if it's excessive, which that one is, it's a bit too, too wide. What's the point? It's not really going to add anything to the strength at all. It's just going to be excessive. So I will thin that one down a bit more to that sort of thickness. That one's obviously it's way too big, and that one here needs to be trimmed down as well a little bit. So I'll do that on the bandsaw, I think. I'll better start anyway. And then, yeah, let's go. La la la. Oh! I've got that song in my head now. I don't know why. It's bizarre. Something like that anyway. That's good enough. Have I made that one a bit skinnier? I can't remember if I did now. Not sure what about it. I think definitely make that a bit skinnier as well. I think that'll do. Just like that. Is what I prepared earlier. Not. Right. So yeah, just like that. Now just kind of just help reinforce where all those crappy joints are. Now I'm going to use the router table over there just to put a bit of an arrow on. If you notice on that one, I've put a bit of that, took the arrow off just to soften the back edge of it a little bit. Now I could do that with the angle grinder, but I'll probably do a bit of both actually. Because obviously using your hands to manipulate these things, and I don't have an insert small enough for that machine where the cutter is, where the space in the cut. Otherwise, the problem is it can fall in, you can not much support. So ideally, it should have an insert in it. Normally, I have one and I can't find it. It's like everything has been worked. That's why I say I need to have a proper tidy up. These things turn up then, don't they? So that's, so we're going to do part of it on there, then part of it with the sander. So let's take you on a journey in my messy workshop. Some people say my workshop's actually tidy. It isn't too bad, I suppose. The problem is when things they don't get put back because you're doing one project. I've had too much stuff going on at once, basically. That's what's been happening, and it's because of that I've been in a bit of a mess. I made some presents for Caroline's birthday, and that's one project. There's like a couple of different projects going on there. Then I had to make a microphone. I've done a video of that actually. I need to finish the video, but a microphone stand. It's more of a blocker with a hole in it, really. Yeah, a microphone stand. So I've done that, which is in my studio. Because I thought, how do I hold this microphone? I thought, I don't know. Why did you use a block of wood? It worked. It's really good. Partly done it, and not awfully done, because it's a bit tricky and also a bit dangerous really with the not having the proper inserts. It grabs, because as soon as you it goes against the grain, you can grab against it, grab it against it and grab the wood and grip it, especially tiny bits like that. So part of it, at least I've got something to hold on to now, so I can now do the other side. I know I'm using my hands to hold these things and not clamping them down. I know I should, but some things aren't actually isn't actually possible to clamp because they're just too just although not a clamp, not a shape that you can really clamp. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Now I've got my linscher at the moment in the other workshop. I'm starting to think I should have it in here. I've got a mortiser in the other workshop, which also should be in here. It also needs some TLC as well, because having it out there in the barn, it's got a bit corroded. But certain surface corrosion, but just, there you go, that's on there, that'll do. On there. Let's bring it. Hello, is it me you're looking for? A finishing nail gun, yes, like an 18 gauge finishing nail gun. Such as, that's like an 18 gauge finishing nail gun. I've also got a 16 gauge finishing nail gun, which is sort of like, that's for slightly bigger finishing. That's for trimming, and that was ideal for doing, you do, with the 16 gauge, it's quite ideal for doing like architraves and stuff like that, and doorways. Perfect for that. And then you've got something that isn't finishing whatsoever, such as that one. That's a 22 gauge nail gun. And that one's incy wincy, that one is. Little tiny pins. Ideal for doing little tiny trims. Perfect for that job. And then I have another one, which does crown nails and staples. Now crown nails are like, I can show you actually, I've got some over here. Crown nails are like think of a staple, but more like a nail. There you go. That's what we call a crown nail. So it's like a staple, but it's heavier. And obviously not as wide as a staple. They're ideal if you want like put backs and units, or even drawers like thin plywood, because a pin like such as a 18 gauge, for instance, you can literally fire them right through the thin ply. If it's like back of a cabinet or a wardrobe or something like that, it just fires them straight through. It's not very helpful. But with the crown nails, because it's got the extra little bit at the top, it kind of grapples it. Grapples it? Oh, anyway, it holds it. It works. Take my word for it. So first of all, let's mix some glue up, because then we can put this to one side, and then we can fab out how we're going to fix these wings on. Then we've got the Rocking Horse's bumhole. Add a request, Jasper. In this case, it's going to be a Gargoyle's bumhole. Yeah. Now, if you wonder what a Rocking Horse's bumhole is, it's actually a doorknob or a drawer knob, which is like a hole turned out of wood, and you put your finger in it and you pull your drawer or open your door. And we nicknamed them Rocking Horse's bumholes. This is when we did the old boat building lark with my dad. And it's yeah, they were the days. Everything had a nickname. It just has to, doesn't it? Oh, crikey. It's like Operation Save Big Dog. No, don't. I'm not doing politics. No politics today. Some things you just can't resist. No. Okay, so basically I put my Cascamite wood glue into my little container. I know some of you've already seen me do this, but if someone watches this video afterwards, they might wonder what I'm doing. It's like a powder, a bit like, looks like talcum powder, but it's not talcum powder, no, it's Cascamite, and it's a uroformaldehyde wood glue. And first all you've got to do is you add a little bit of water, so you end up with this cottage cheese kind of consistency. I can't even say it again. Anyway, cottage cheese. And then it needs to be allowed to come up to room temperature, because at the moment it's really cold because the water's cold. And it needs a little bit of time to absorb the moisture. Now the original Cascamite, and this is actually Cascamite, it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Nowhere near. But I bought a sack, so I've got to use it. So anyway, so what you do is anyway, I've got get my worms out in a minute. So now what I've got to do is I've just got to leave it for a little bit to allow the moisture to be soaked in by the powder. And then I'll go back to that in a moment and mix it a bit more. You didn't used to have to do that with the older version, the original version. But this new recipe is awful. It's nowhere near as good. And it's not strong either. It's still good, but nowhere near as good as it used to be. I used to like Cascamite, and now they've ruined it. When you bought like a 25 kilo sack of the stuff, and it's not that great, you think you kind of think, will I buy it again? Because you then become nervous, don't you, of this stuff? You think, I don't know if I want to now. So I'm looking elsewhere. So far, so good. Where's my coffee? That's getting cold. It's cold. Right. Well, that's just absorbing the powder. We can move on and get that glued up. Oh, you're talking about hot glue, Jasper. There's various types of hot glue. If you think about the original kind of hot glues, there'd be things like animal-based glues, like hide glues and stuff like that. But you can buy these little beads. And the beauty about that type of glue that you're talking about, Jasper, hot melt glue, once it cools down, it's not drying. It just has to cool down, a bit like a glue gun. You get a glue gun, it heats up the glue that comes out the end. It's a bit like that, but better. And these animal glues and stuff like that, they're very good for doing like veneers and what have you, because you could press your veneer down, as soon as it's cooled down, that's it. It's stuck. It's a bit marquetry. Perfect for that job, perfect. I'm actually quite interested in trying to do some hide type glues. So we get the old tanners out and do some glues, or fish glues, what have you. Maybe human glue. I've never tried that one before. Is that possible? Has anyone got a recipe for human glue? I know what I'd like to use. A particular person who gets themselves into some, sticky situations. He'd make really good glue, I reckon. If you know who I mean. Shave his head first. Or soap. Hello, Just Me in Videos. I hope you're well. Had the night shift. Oh no, don't do it. Happy to go back to normal hours. Glue it down, then burn it. Yeah, that's what we do. You could use the conker with the outside spikes on it as a... Oh my God, really? You could. That's actually quite a cool idea, actually. I think you'd have to dry it first. Obviously, you'll have like rotting gonads. What are we talking about gonads anyway? Is it God and Beck, Jasper? What are you like, man? Oh, you've been busy, have you, Glasgow? Been working all the while. Oh dear, don't do it. Don't do it. Get yourself a decent... I have got travel mugs, actually. I got two of them. Callan did mention that. I said, I don't like drinking that with a sippy cup, I said. And actually now I'm drinking a cold cup of coffee instead. I get a point now. Like, I did put some rum in it, even though I shouldn't have done because I'm on the, I'm on a diet. Ah, Shannon, you are cool. I thought you might be. I won't thought there'd be that many DeWitts. No. Especially on this channel. Yeah, Shannon, I hope to do some projects that you might find, start projects, what have you. Sort of easy stuff. Bit of fun, stuff that you don't have to have a lot of tools for. You can do it with tools, lots of tools, or you can do it with just a few tools. Oi, Savanoy! Glasgow. Oh dear. How long have you been working on this project, please? Too blooming long. No, not that long actually, because it's bits and pieces. And when you do it, obviously live streaming as well, it's kind of like it drags on a bit. Because obviously I'm not working at the moment, am I? I'm talking. Yeah, it takes longer. But no, just I'm on the 5th one now, so it shouldn't. You could get that done in a day, I think. Really, maybe a day and a bit. But on the whole, you could, if you put your mind to it. Because it's an evolving process as well. It's not something I've done before. I've done a little tiny bit of Intarsia type. Because this is all, each piece is a separate piece of wood. Every bit. Yeah, it's not just like routed in and carved in. It's just a separate piece of wood. So obviously it takes longer, doesn't it? But it creates the effect, Yeah. And then you've got blowtorch and you've got a scorched earth effect. Apparently it's a great way of removing facial hair as well. So if someone tells me, but I daren't do it, it sounds painful. Yeah. It must smell horrible. Try nasal hair. Just me in videos. Happy to be here, doing fine. Cool. Glasgow was doing a night shift for 15. Oh God, that must have really took its toll, mate. Now I have done night shifts before, and that was just to get a bit of extra cash, what have you. And that was at a place called Fiberdale in Beccles in Suffolk, and it's packing bottles. You just check the bottles, then you have to put bottles on pallets in a factory. Oh my God, that was mind-numbing. Didn't enjoy that one little bit. That was very, very boring work. Have a complete shave for Caroline's birthday. I don't think she's that bothered. You got the wake and make. Shit, my glue must be ready now. Happy to early and late shifts. I suppose the early and late shifts are quite good because it gives you part of the day, doesn't it? So you can do other stuff. So anyway, is this the last? I hope it is. Then I'll do something. Then it'll be something else. I don't know what yet, but I have got some ideas. But I need to get clear in my head what I'm doing first before I start talking about them. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is hopefully we get this finished. So we've got the glue mixed up. Let's get to it. I get jabbering on, don't I? Jabbering on. Oh my God, I need more water in there. I need a little tiny bit. So I'm trying to make it into a gloss. It looks almost glossy, like it's wet. I tell you what it's like. It's just like a stool sample. No, not stool sample, like a stool. Like, for instance, a poo, where you get that glossy sheen on it. The sign that your glands all working properly, or is it a dog? Can't remember. Sorry. Anyway, it's coming. We're getting our like gland juice. I mean, it's getting there. So I know it seems like every time I do this, it's a bit of a faff, and it didn't used to be like this. Not with the proper mix, the proper stuff, because this is not the same. They say it's the same, and it says Cascamite on it, as in it's the same branding, but they've changed the recipe, and it's not as good. But it's getting there. It's starting to get a sheen. Oh, that's the word I'm not for. It's starting to get sheen, not stool sample. No. Yeah, anyway, I'm on my diet. Starting my diet today. Saturday diet time. Got to wean myself into it. Keto. Just no beer, no wine, no carbs. Green veg, no problems. Even then, you've got to be a little bit careful because some have too many sugars in them. So you've got to be careful. I've done it before and I've lost loads of weight. Once you get into keto, it just falls off. But it's hard to get into keto. First week is really tough. It can take 2 weeks to get into keto. But once you do, the weight can fall off. And I lost way over 10 kilos last time I did it. So it works. And then you have the fun and the joy, don't you? Put it all back on again. So it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, I must say. I need to do something. Because my health problems are starting to escalate a little bit at the moment. I noticed that the glue's getting good now. I notice whenever I put weight on, all my little ailments that I suffer with because of years of doing physical work, wrecking all your joints and wrecking your hands and wrecking this, wrecking that. As soon as I lose the weight and get rid of some of these blood sugars and water retention, a lot of my problems just disappear. I know it sounds mad, but it's true. Because when I'm overweight, like I am at the moment, I suffer with fibromyalgia. I've got carpal tunnel. That's a physical thing anyway. I can't really do a lot about that, but I can ease it. My left knee, although that's always been a problem ever since I ruined it when I was a kid. It's always been a bit of achy, comes and goes, aches and pains. My back, and my trousers don't fit. So there's all that stuff you've got to look, And also I feel clumsy. I do feel really clumsy when I'm overweight. So anyway, I digress. Talking about my fat bum. So let's talk about a gargoyle. Let's get this wing glued up. Alright, I've got the nail gun, which has got nails in it. Just double check, make sure they are. As you can see, they're the 40mm nails, which is what I want. Plug her in. Oh, that's what she said. Right, in you go. And now we're going to glue that. Well, I'm going to pin it down first, but I'm also going to screw and plug these as well because, you get that off first. I want that on there. I don't want the white paint on, if I can help it. And then I've got to find a way of mounting these wings because there's ribs in the way. All these ribs on the back here, remember? They're kind of in the way of the wings. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? Like I said, it's an organic process. There's other things I want to be making in here as well. Other than stuff for customers. Customers can be really awkward sometimes. They're kind of like a necessary evil. Can't really have a business without customers, can you? To be fair, I don't have so much of a business as I used to. I used to be really busy in there. Work, constant work, making stuff. Windows, doors, shutters. But these days, since the beloved B word, it's kind of took quite a hit. So now I'll just do YouTube and, if I keep the wall from the door, I can do, can't I? I'll have to. I know some people say, why do you work for the French? Well, I do. But even then, it's not enough. And the other thing is, you're either all or nothing with this, you know what I mean? It's just... I kind of lost my... When things started getting a bit tough, I kind of lost my focus on it, on the actual business side of things. Stress and the worry of the B word. And it kind of like... I just ruined things, really. Anyway, I digress. So, a bit more glue on there. Just a half. The beauty about Cascamite is a fantastic gap filler. So if you've got a gappy joint, if you use Cascamite wood glue, what it does is it'll fill that joint and still be strong. Unlike a PVA, which, like Tight Bond or something like that. It's a fantastic glue, Tight Bond is, but it's rubbery. So it's nowhere near as strong. Nowhere near. Because it flexes too much. In fact, that one needs a bit more on it as well. That's better. Use your finger. It won't kill you. I hope not, anyway. Right, so on there. I want to put a couple of nails in there just to hold it in place. I'm then going to get the drill and we'll start drilling. So we get to get a few screws in plugs, because obviously, being I can't wait because I'm impatient. I want to get this done now. So we're going to use screws. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful. So one thing is obviously where I put pins in. The other thing is, if that screw comes from this area here, there's potentially it could split the wood. So you've got to be careful where it goes in. Why does that look? Oh, because I bent it. Ugh. Obviously, if you haven't got things like nail guns and stuff like that, just use an ordinary nail and an ordinary hammer. Do the same job. A variety of different some random screws. And where is my battery drawer? Where's that gone? Aha! Jim lad, isn't there? One of. So, need a new battery. All these things are sent to try us. Just getting a grab and a battery. Dropping stuff. There you go. Oh, I need to move my workbench into the corner where the wood burner is. It'd be toasty. Okay, that's on. Just using random screws I got kicking about. Well, they're a bit worn. I've got them recycling screws. Look at that. Some are new, some are old. Who cares? Still do the job, won't hold together. One there. Smaller one on that one. No. Oh, missed one. There's another one on there, look. Silly old me. So we need to put one on there. There you go. And some plugs. We're going to need some plugs. And I've got food plugs there. Have I got enough? There's about 6 there. And we have 5. Oh, dear me. I'll have to cut some more. Let's put these in first. Let's get rid of this sawdust. Squeeze more glue out. It's made a bit of a mess, isn't it? Yeah, I'll use that glue for the plugs. I don't normally use my fingers actually, to be honest. But I will today because I can. Yeah. If they don't like it, it's tough. That's what they say. Tough. Been looking at my Etsy. I need to. So I haven't renewed a lot of my listings that I had on there before. I really need to see what I can do with that to try and liven it up. Because like a lot of things, you've got to get, I need money. Like anyone, you need to survive, like anyone. So I'll get my Etsy sort of sorted out. Because I was doing alright Etsy last year, that was really good. I saw a few things, I didn't even realise the listings were live actually. Like they're on automatic renewal, I didn't realise. Only a few things, not many though. So I need to do that. And I need claret. But yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why, because I had my phone's been on charge. But yeah, sorry about that. Oh, hang on. I don't know why, because I had my phone's been on charge. There you go. There you go. My phone was on charge and it was, for some reason, dead. It was on charge, but it wasn't on charge. So I'm a bit confused what's going on there. I think it's okay now. So yeah, I'm back again. Sorry about that. My battery went out because for some reason it was dead. And I don't know why, because I've had it on charge all afternoon, and it's yeah, it's dead. So anyway, let's carry on after that interruption of my idiocy. And I've plugged all the holes. I've got little wooden plugs in the holes where the screws are going, so I'm just going to sand them off. Now I know I keep using this sander and it is a bit ferocious, and yes, you can hurt yourself because I have done before with it, but it's just so quick. And I say it's a sander, it's just an angle grinder with a sanding disc in it. Now there is yeah, proper sanders like this actually. They're not quite as rapid, but this is literally just an angle grinder with cut metal, whatever. And all I've got on there is a sanding pad, such as that one there, just screwed on. And the only thing with it is that the dust that flies off it isn't great, obviously, because there's no dust extraction on it at all. Now Makita make one, Bosch make one, also Festool make a fantastic one called a Rotex, and that thing is awesome. They don't rotate quite as fast, which means they don't burn your paper out in no time at all. They're more designed for sanding, you know, sort of their job. But 600 quid, the big Festool one is. It's really expensive, so I can't afford that. So I've got an angle grinder with a sand disc in it. And the only Festool thing I've got, I've got two Festool things. I've got that Festool Domino Dowler, and I've got a Festool pencil. Everyone should have one. So let's just sand this white off here at the moment. It's only emulsion. Yeah, done. You see, it's quick. That's why I use it. But the other thing is, it fills the room up with blooming dust as well. So on goes the dust. Yeah, the air filter. I'll leave this on for just a second until I can see it's cleared. So now we've got two wings. Oh god, that's exciting! We've got two wings. Look at that. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. No, don't quite work, does it? So somehow, because like I said, I hadn't thought this through. It's just, I found a problem, and now we need to solve it. It's a bit like that. So that's kind of what we're doing. The problem is, it needs its wings, and how do I solve it? I wonder, what do we do? Oh my god, stress! I'm live on YouTube, what do I do? Right, so at the moment we've got all these ribs in the way, kind of, and spine and what have you. If I thought it through, what I'd have done is one of these vertebrae sections, I'd have made them different so I could actually mount that onto it. So it's like a central section with the wings mounted onto it and then fitted it on. Well, that way around that wouldn't be. It's that one. But then they'd be straight, and I don't want them straight like that because I think it's a little bit kind of butterfly-ish, you know, or bat. I want them to be more like that. That's kind of how I want them. That's the plan anyway. So how do I mount that on there so it works? Now there's various ways you can do it. One is you can do the big dowel. So you have a big dowel sticking out of that and it goes into a hole into that. It's still a bit vulnerable. There's a lot of weight in that, it's quite hefty. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe there needs some support here as well. Maybe it actually stays in contact. It's not kind of what I wanted. I want it more up here really, like that. So they might have some additional stuff going on behind it just to make sure it doesn't under too much pressure. Well, a risk of breaking basically. If it's all on that one bit there, you could, you know, like leverage, it's quite easy, you know, break it, couldn't you? Get an angry post lady. After I swore at her for bringing me a bill. They do that, you know. It's really inconsiderate. Can't believe it sometimes. Bills. Right, so how am I going to do that? One way was like the dowel. One way you could put a tape on the end of that part there, so it goes into a hole. glue it in, provide a bit of extra support on the back here, maybe. Remember, the view's only going to be from here. I don't really care what's going on the back, apart from it's rocking horse's bumhole. In this case, a gargoyle's bumhole, because I've had a request. It's got to be done. We can do it. It's not a problem. So how do we mount it? One way would be to mount it directly onto here, which that would really involve me removing one of these ribs, because there's no room unless it goes on there like that. Well, I think that looks ridiculous like that. It's a bit naff. It needs to be like that. Or am I being pedantic? Sort of like that. Yeah. For effect, Because it says, what if it's pivoted? What if it can move? So it can do that in the wind. A spring. And then it wouldn't break, would it, either? But I haven't got a spring, so I can't do that. Not one heavy enough to hold this. Oh. But what you could do... I'm thinking about this now. What about a couple of eyes? Like screw eyes. One on there. Bend them and link them into each other. So effectively it's joined, but it can move about. Then... So I can do that sort of thing. So I can hang onto something. Bit of rigging. Need some rigging, that's what it needs. Have a little bit of movement and be pretty cool. Oh dear. Any ideas, anyone? What do you reckon? Take this off now. Where's my hat? Keep the dust out my locks. There you go. You see what I'm thinking about though? If you had like two screw eyes, they can create a link to there, but then you need a way of holding it so it doesn't go that way or forwards. Actually, the sheer weight of it be enough that way. It don't matter if it goes forwards because it can't. It's just whether or not the wind sort of below it's going to do that to it. You see, that's the whole point. I'm not overthinking this. I think I might be overthinking this a little bit, maybe. But then you wouldn't need any extra reinforcement. Oh God, decisions. I think that's what I'm going to do, because what I could do in the hair, I could then mount a dowel, like a bit of broom handle up there, with another eye on the top, so that could be a part of the rigging. A little bit of movement, like that. That's what I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, it don't work, does it? Then I just cut it off and stick it on. But I think we're going to have to do that. I can't not do that. So, to do that, I'll go round the end of this off, and do the same on that one as well. So round that off, and that way maybe we can create a bit of movement. I think someone was listening or watching the comments. Were you watching the comments? Huh?
I heard you needed a coffee.
Did you hear about it? Like, someone was talking about a sippy cup, like a camping cup. Oh. And I said, we got one, and then you turn up with one. I think it was Glasgow. Glasgow Kiss was saying that. Cheers, darling. Happy birthday. Yesterday. Oh dear. Anyone? Any ideas, anyone? A Jubilee clip, yeah, it may work. The monster took off his mask, sorry. Hello, Mo Green, hope you're well. Bearings, yeah. You could do bearings. You could attach them both together like so, then have a race, a bearing race, like a wheel bearing in the middle, onto a shaft, but then there'd be, or you could have two on, one on each, and then they could do that. I like simple ideas, so I think if I can find them, I might go with the idea of a couple of screw eyes. If it doesn't work, I'll just change it. Got coffee. How does that work? I like that. I feel like baby, the sippy cup. Yaga. Yeah. All that jazz. Springs from Maris. Actually, they're quite soft springs from Maris, so they're not very stiff, are they? If they are, you get horrendous back problems, wouldn't you? Bearings, good idea. Draw small on the wing. Aha. Mo Green says, drill a small hole in the wing, very bottom. Drill a small hole on the ribs and connect them. Yeah, you could do that. It's quite heavy though, so they're quite a lot of weight in those wings. Cool, Kit Kat. I like the angle. I like the weird angle. Butterfly bolts. I ain't got any, so I won't be doing that. It's a good idea though. Flappy, flappy. Oh, fly, my pretties! Oh, as Wizard of Oz! Fly, my pretties! Oh, brilliant. Oh, crikey. Oh. Yeah, I scrapped the back legs because you can see them anyway. The back legs need rigger boots. Talk about rigger boots. What do you think they are? Oh, rigger boots. That's what I'm wearing. And I feel like I'm wearing welly boots. I keep kicking in things and yeah, I'm not too, how to put it, I'm a bit clumsy. Alright, I'm going to try that first with the screw eyes. I've got to find where my screw eyes are first. Have I got, I know where they are. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to grab some screw eyes. I've got 2 boxes of screw eyes around here somewhere. I know where one box is. I hope the sound doesn't go when I go through the other barn. Oh my god, it's cold in here. It's gone dark. Oh my god. Oh, it's so chilly. Don't like chilly. No. Right, oh, it's been raining, but not in here, thankfully. Alright, not that one. Where is it? Have that one. No, oh yes, that one. Oh, that one. Yeah, some old ones, that'll do. That'll do. You could use... Oh, we've got some in here, in this box I'm about to show you, which are vine ties. They'd work quite well, because they're quite heavy, they're quite strong. They're quite long though, that's the only thing with those, they might be a bit much. No, maybe not vine ties. Got another box around here somewhere. I thought it was around here, but I don't know where it is now. Unless it's in a drawer. No. 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 No, definitely not. Oh, screws. No. Oh, dear me. No. Where on earth have they gone? Got 2 boxes like this. One's full of the ones that we're looking for, but I think that'll probably do what we've got in there. See what? See, that's a vine tie. Yeah, for tying back your commotors to the wall and stuff. But I actually need them because I've got to do it at work on the house. So I don't really want these will work. I've got eyes as well. Oh, there's an eye. That's a vine tie though. That's an eye. That's an eye. Oh, got 2 eyes. That's good. 3 eyes. That's what I think, something like that. So it's fairly chunky still. Right, that one there. That's not an eye, but it might work. Anyway, let's see what happens. It might work, it might not. First of all, I need to cut that into a round, attach to a battery now. I'm really annoyed that it's gone off so quickly with it. I say really annoyed. Got 50%, I've got nothing there for the moment. Oh dear, these things tend to try us, don't they? Tell you what, we'll try one first, which is that one. No, I want to try this side, because this side first, so I'll do it again. Ah, there. Oh my god, I still need a new blade for that. So I'm going to stick a screw eye in there. And then screw on into one of these, maybe that shoulder one there, into that one there, and then that onto there. So it'll be a floppy mess to start with, a bit like me. There you go, bring it back in. And then we have to think about how we're going to rig it. Rig it. Right, it's just a bit more sand on there. The other thing is, I hope I've got enough gas to do the scorched earth. If not, I'll take it off and do it again later. Right. See what happens. Then I've got a drill. Drill a little pilot hole first, or we just use a bradawl. That's a bradawl, just in case you wonder. It's like a little pointy thing, little jabby device. So I'll just but I'm gonna put it. I don't want to put it on that. Cause look at the grain here. If you look here, you want to make sure you want it over here, because if you put your screw eye in that part there, potentially that section could break off. So you've got to think the length of the grain. So ideally it will be about here somewhere. In this case I've got it at an angle to make sure it goes into the longer grain. I don't want to have a situation where it falls off. This is a bit of a mad idea, isn't it? It might work. If it doesn't work, well, so be it. It doesn't work. But we'll soon find out, won't we? It'll need rigging though, it's the only thing, which means you're going to have extra bits. Or stops. You could get away with some sort of stops. And then think into one of those, like that one there, or even that one there maybe. Probably better there. Something like that. So let's get the old bradawl, and I'm going to put another one in here, sort of 10 to 2. In this case an open one, and then I'll squeeze it around the actual. Now originally it was going to be fixed, so I'm hoping we can create a bit of movement. Get a bit windy, a bit of you know what I mean? Just a bit of movement. It might work, it might not. I'm sure we'll find out soon. So if that was on there like that, or that. So as long as it's on the weight of it, like so, it can't go there. This might be a bit of a silly idea, but I don't know if it's going to work actually. It's going to have so much rigging needed. Because when you get heavy wind, what's happening is going to be that in it. And stay there. There's going to be no physical weight in it to put itself back. So you either got to stop it going that far, so it can always work under its own weight, which you could do. It needs a stop. And also you don't go too far either. It's falling off at the moment. Oh, I don't know, these decisions. Get some channel locks. Squeeze it up for a minute. If it works, it could be quite cool, but on the other hand, if it doesn't, it's going to be a disaster. It'll just be annoying. They'll keep constantly being jamming up and oh god, the wing's stuck up again. Be like that. Which would be rather annoying. I don't want that. So if that's on there like so. Oh, I don't know now. I kind of like the idea of it being able to move. I'm mumbling along here because I can't come up with a decision. I think it's going to have to be fixed. It's going to have to be fixed. Otherwise, I'll be faffed about for this. I'll be constantly being a problem. I can't make my mind up. So you need something to stop it being able to go down too far in all positions. That's it. I'm overcomplicating things, isn't it? That's why I say it. I'm definitely overcomplicating things. I think I'll regret it. That's what I'm telling myself. I think I probably will. I'll probably think, oh god, what do I do that for? Let's just have it fixed. Never mind. I thought it'd be quite a cool idea, but the spring idea would be good if I had springs that work. I definitely don't have springs that would hold that. Where's my bradawl gone? Screwdriver, that'll do. Screwdriver in the hole and wind it. That's the other thing. Turn that off. The other thing is a dowel. It's still going to need some extra help. A steel dowel would be quite good. Have I got something made of metal instead of wood? And more just going to snap, you see. Where's my coffee cup? Where's my sippy cup? Has anyone had any ideas? Mild steel brackets will still give movement. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether or not I've actually got a bit of some steel rod. Because I could then drive it into a hole in that side and just bond it in or put a cross pin in. A pin lock, basically a pin right through the rod. And then into that. Coach screws. Now, if it's too rigid, you're potentially it's going to break. Because it get knocked, what have you, it's going to rip it, it's going to shed it. Shed it? Strip it. No, not strip it. It's going to, split it. That's the word I'm looking for. Ooh, what have I got I could use for that? I think I might end up doing what I said before and making this into a taper. So make that into the dowel, make sure the grain's in the right direction, and I can do that on both. Yeah, the grain's okay on that one as well. And then all I've got to do then is just drill a hole into the rib section and push it in and maybe provide a bit of additional support here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. To do that, I need to make sure I've got that grain which is coming down here, quite happy with. So like so. Yep. Doesn't need to be too much there. So that needs to go into about there. In fact, it might be about there. No, there. I'm mumbling, aren't I? Am I mumbling? Tell me if I'm mumbling. Am I mumbling? Right. There's no going back with this one, so we're going to go for it. So what will happen though, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until I find a solution. So I'm going to just shape this. Needless to say, I can't shape it on the lathe and make it round. I'm going to have to do a sander, or I could use a knife, or a chisel even, or a draw knife. I'm going to use that because it's quick. Sort of around on there. And the idea is now, where I've already drilled a hole in there, I'm going to drill another hole in there. So on probably, into that one, and then push it into that hole. Hopefully there's enough room, and I might put a flat on here, and then that I can then screw probably from underneath. So the wing will be a little bit misshapen there, but it won't make any difference. That's my plan. I've got a plan now. I'm not saying it's a great plan, but it's a plan. So I need a 20mm, that's 20mm. It's sharp. Semi-sharp. Sharp enough. So I've got to sort of wing this into the right angle. Wing it. Wing it. Sorry. I'll shut up. It's right there. If it wasn't blood, it is now, because I'm actually drilling through a nail. Oh my god, isn't it just? Right. Airline. Now, if you haven't got an airline, don't blow into the hole with your face, because you'll get a backdraft, it'll go in your eyes. If you've got an old bit of hose pipe somewhere, that works a treat. So you just blow it through a hose pipe, so that, keep your eyes away from it, basically. Right, so that's going to be going into that. Once I've shaped that a bit more, maybe that hole there. Then I want to provide a bit of support on the bottom here, because that's about the angle I want it. That's going to have to be sanded. Shaped. When I say sanded, I mean very skillfully shaped, obviously. Like so. Pencil. I'm kind of winging this, as you can probably tell. So it's about the right angle there. That's going to need a little bit more shape on that, but it's not going to fit in the hole just as yet. That needs a bit of life, bit of shape put into that. Poor people, years and years ago, I'm not talking about the ones who are in the workhouses and what have you, people just generally didn't have that much money, no money, in some cases, they need to feed themselves. That's actually going to work really well. Let me show you what I've done. I think that's going to work quite well. So I'm flattening it off here, so it'll sit onto this flat here, and I'll get a screw from underneath there, and then I've got my support as well. So it's then fixed in two places. If you think of people who are really poor, I'm not talking about those who'd get the Boxing Day boxings of food from Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm talking about years and years and years and years ago. The term pissing in the pot. You couldn't piss in a pot. Well, that term, some people might already know this, but was from when people used to sell their pee. They did. To sell their pee. Sorry, but they did. I'll tell you why in a minute. You might already know. Maybe leave in the comments. She couldn't pee in a pot. Or the other more vulgar term, same difference. Because they used to sell the pee to be able to, tanners used to buy it. People used to tan leather. Ugh. There you go, and there you go. A bit more of an angle on that one there, that'll work. It's getting there. A bit of an angle on there. You know a little bit about my name, Ket, as in Marcus Ket. The name Ket, my ancestor was Robert Ket. I know that because my grandfather had it traced back years and years ago before he died. And that's quite cool actually. I'm quite happy with that now. It's a simple solution that worked quite well. So effectively I created a dowel with the actual. That's a good angle. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'll do something similar, slightly different angle on the other side. But yeah, my ancestor was Robert Ket. You might have heard of a thing called Ket's Rebellion. And it was by Robert Ket, who held the Norwich City for 30 odd days and over boundary taxes imposed by the Crown. And He got undrawn quartered in the end. You know, they got him. They did. He hid in an old oak, which is in Wyndham, still there, filled with concrete now with metal bands around it. But he hid in an old oak tree for several days from the mercenaries, German mercenaries. So yeah, that was a. Anyway, he was a tanner. That's long story short. He was a tanner, so he used to tan leather. He also butchers as well. There's his brother as well, Peter Cat. But he was alright. He did, you know, he ended up getting a lot of his land back. He did. But Robert Cat, he had a lot of land. Wyndham, Norwich, and surrounding areas. Mousehold Heath. If anyone knows Norwich at all. If you haven't got a bandsaw, you can always use a jigsaw. Does the same job, doesn't it? So I've got to shape that one up to go on the other side, and then I can then fix them like that. That one's going to go on there. I think this one will be a slightly different angle when I get that on there. Go into the same section, I think. Yeah, same section but different angle. We'll see. Right, we'll drill another hole. Might be a good idea though if I quickly sharpen that bit up. Because I was literally drilling for a nail, and I'm probably going to end up drilling for a nail again. So here is a bench grinder. Look at this battery. Let's put it over there. It's only a little 6-inch bench grinder. It's only it's quite a small one. My bigger one's got a wire wheel in at the moment. But this, you know, it's just cheap. It's just a Kinzo make. It's just cheapy bench grinder, but it does the job. So I'm going to use that to sharpen it, and then flatten those two flats, and then it should be fine then. If I get hot, I dunk a little bit of water, that cools it down. Then I just literally flatten the sides off. So. Obviously eventually they're useless, you know, you can't keep sharpening them like that. Because they'll just end up being a flimsy old mess. So you're going to get thinner and thinner and thin and short and short and short. Before you know it, you won't be able to cut anything with it. But I do hold on to, I do keep hold of the old ones as well, because then if you have any jobs for which the, like this case, I've got a nail in the way. I don't want to use my good ones on that, do I? Not a great idea. So we're just now going to do exactly the same with that one. It's going to be a slightly different angle, so it's more back there. But yet again, there is one of my oval brads in there. Yeah, from the nail gun. So I'll probably end up drilling that as well. Don't really want to, but hey-ho. Oh, there it is. There's the nail. Well, nails. Oh, okay. That's fine. So we've got that one there. It's going to go in there. Hopefully. A bit more sand to get more shape on that one. Make it a bit smaller. Almost there. Angle on there. Just this angle and just that part there, I'm just sanding back really, just winging it really, bit by bit. And I've got quite a bit of give, you know, to play about with it, so yeah, until it sort of marries up and is in the right place. Which I'm quite happy with that. Need a little bit off that one. Yes. Gotta get in there. And once I know it's in the right place, I then think about a bit of glue and then fixing it. A bit more off that one now. Yes, that's pretty good. Let's think about the other side. And then we can get the old scorched earth treatment. Provided I've got some gas left. Oh dear. That one's going to go in there. Slightly different angle to the other one. That's it. Oh God. What am I playing at? Why am I doing this? It's a bit of fun, isn't it, eh? It's a bit of fun. Look at that, so far. I think that's pretty cool. I'll get the right angle. So I can see a bit of the tail. It's going to be more like that, I think. Yeah. Right, okay. I think we're at the stage now we need a bit of scorched earth. Let's turn that filter off because it's a bit noisy. And blowtorch, which is there. Lighter, which is over there. Let's go and grab that. Oh dear. Why? What possessed me? I don't know. Say to me. Hopefully I've got enough gas. I'll do all the most important bits first. Oh no, if I start there, lower down, heat rises apparently, doesn't it? There you go, sort of getting there. I don't know what, I can't even remember why we came up with this idea actually. Why was it going to be? Originally it was going to do another house. Because our existing letterbox is a house. It's like, you know, it's this sort of thing. But instead of it being a gargoyle, it's a house. It's a bit boring and lame, really. This is a little bit more kind of fun, isn't it, I suppose? Just trying to get that look with the old scorched earth. As you do. No, you don't? Okay. Jasper, have I got to use the scorched earth technique on the rocking horse's bumhole? I hope not. Could get messy. Right. There's two ways I do the rocking horse's bumhole. One way is I can turn it on the lathe. The other way is I can literally just skip the hole saw and cut a disc with the hole saw, which is probably what I'll do because it'll be quicker. Now the back of these wings, I'll probably just get a little bit of black paint on it just to, you know, mist a bit of black paint over the back instead of scorched earth and that, because the back is not pretty. Oh, it's caught a light! There's flames, or there was. Oh no. What if that comes under my insurance? Probably not. So a bit more dark, or a little bit darker at the top here. But make sure I've got enough on this side. This side. Things we do on a Sunday evening. Now I was going to go live earlier today, and then I thought to myself, you know, I think that the time clock in the sense of like America and places like that, and you know, from the United States you want to come and watch. But then, you know, it's, I don't know, I'm just winging it really, I suppose. I went here this morning anyway to do the morning show. We went to go and pick a parcel up, one of Caroline's birthday presents from one of our kids, and it ended up not being there, and it's at a different post office for some reason. We didn't even get we normally get like a little slip in the post box saying it'll be so and so after this time at a certain post office to go and collect it because of what signature. But it didn't. It ended up in a totally different place. We didn't get a label for a start, and then we didn't. It's really unusual. It's not usually what happens. It's usually very good. So I was a bit sort of, and why a totally different, different place. Why a different place? That's the thing. Normally we go to our local town, which has a sorting office, but no, it's actually gone to a post office in a totally different place. It's not even here. Someone messed up. Maybe it's somebody who was filling in for somebody else. Now this one here has actually shrunk a bit. So I imagine where I've stored that bit of wood, I'm looking here, that's actually this piece of timber here is shrunk back from this one. So I imagine it was damp. It's time of year, isn't it, after all? Come on. This blowtorch is getting low on the gas, so it's taking a bit of while to burn the wood. And my other blowtorch is also out of gas. It's all a bit gasless at the moment. Plenty of wind, but no gas. Right, that one I think that's okay. Bit more on top there. Right, I think that'll do for now. I'm just going to get a bit of black paint and lightly dust the backs of the wings. I'll take them off to do that. Maybe that might be an idea. Easy said and done. They're quite tight in their holes and their sockets. Right. A bit of glue excess on there to get rid of that. Just using a chisel as a scraper. There's lots of tools actually you can make. For instance, scrapers such as cabinet scraper like this one here. Literally is made from an old handsaw. Just cut it out and then put an edge on it. Steel from an old handsaw is ideal to make cabinet scrapers. Or any scrapers, in fact. In fact, it's probably better than what steel is on the actual scraper in the first place. So, I suppose it is a saw designed to cut wood after all. Right, just where is my paint? It's just over there. Then we go grab a little tin. Yeah, got glue all over my hands now. That's white, don't want that one. That's red, don't want that one. That one's transparent, don't want that one. Oh, there's black over here. I did buy some cans of paint yesterday to finish off some lacquer and whatever. There's just a bit of black dust on the back here. Oh, just like that. It's not for protection, it's just for the colour. The protection comes from the lacquer when we put lacquer on. Right, I'm happy with that. Yep. Do the same on that one. Oh, fumes! Lovely fumes. Yeah, I'm sure they do well, they're good. Right, okay. Okay, that's good. Oh, I'll just paint my hand. Right, I think that's okay. So we've got 2 wings there. Well, that's sort of like going off a little bit because they're ready to fit now. Now we came up with a solution. Everything what to do now, I've got to reinforce the back of those legs. Got to think about the rocking horse's bumhole. We could do that next, couldn't we? This is by request, just so you know. This is by request. He's going to have a rocking horse's bumhole. I don't know why, but he just is. And one way of doing that would be to use a hole saw. Another way to do it is just use a bandsaw and just cut it out and put a hole in the middle, and then run it through the route, right over the router, round it up, man, shape it up into a rocking horse's bumhole. Oh dear me. So we could do a hole saw, whack it in the lathe and spin up on the lathe. But the problem is when you do a bit of pine like that, it's like it could actually shatter in the lathe. I don't really want to be doing that. So I'm probably just going to use a hole saw. And here is a hole saw. And we'll create a round thing. Or we could just do. Oh, there's too many decisions. Oh, blimey. And let's put it in there. Let's do it in the. I'll bring you over here in just a second. Hopefully, I need to speed up, don't I? Really? I'm sort of rambling on and not necessarily getting the work done. Oh dear. Right, that's in there. Okay. Right. Now when I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on both sides of it, so I don't end up cutting into the table of the drill, with the hole saw. I'm only going to hold it and do it. It's not the best way of doing it. It should really be in a vise. If it's big enough, it can go in there. It's a funny shape, this bit, you see. So it might fit, might work. Let's have a look. If it's something that's you got like, for instance, on here, you could screw it down to your bench, for instance, and then drill it in situ, and then screw it from the bench. If you don't have anything to clamp in, see, that isn't big enough. So I'm going to still hold it. That's something I'd probably done it anyway. Just hold it. Bit of wax, bit of lubricant, bit of KY. Right, there we go. Now it's going to grab and going to try and spin round. If it does, I'll just let go and then start again. That hole saw is also blunt, quite old now actually. I'll use a diamond file to sharpen them. Eventually the set goes, so you can't really use it for anything. When I mean set, I mean each tooth, alternating teeth, 1 point east and 1 point west. Not literally, but one way, one the other. So it's going in steadily, slow, but it's going through it. It's going to feel it going down. And instead of trying to go all the way through, we'll bring it out, and there'll be a hole from the centre drill bit, and come from the other way. I know some of this stuff is obvious, but not for everybody. And now we'll touch the table with the cutting edge. I do have an actual false table that goes on top of this as well. It's getting a bit manky now and needs replacing, needs redoing. So okay, we've got that. Now that can actually go inside the voice. And then we're going to change that hole saw bit, because at the moment it's too big. I need a smaller one now. How much smaller? Oh, that will do. Or decisions, probably that will do, I think. Maybe a bit smaller. Got a few arbours kicking about, so I'll just whack it into there. In these arbours, they have like a little locking mechanism, so they don't tighten up on themselves. So if you do like that, that will tighten up onto that arbour. So what you do is this piece here, you push down into the holes, because each one of these, I think you see it, there's a hole on either side of the actual hole saw. And the idea being is you don't have to screw it all the way down, and then they just sit into those two holes. Those two pins slide down to the two holes and locks it. And that way it's easy to remove again. Instead of tightening up and tightening up and tightening up. Doesn't always work though, because sometimes they actually jump, and it ends up tightening up anyway. But on the whole, it generally does. It works fine. So that was going to go back into there. I had some of these tools, these machines, for years. You don't get everything overnight, do you? Over a period of time, you get the stuff. That could have been a bit smaller. This one's got prolapse. Okay, Jasper, you get the prolapsed rock and horses bundle. Why am I doing this? Things I do to keep people happy. Okay. And now I'm going to rotor that into a nice round smooth shape, because otherwise it'd be a bit, how to put it, well, catch toilet paper, wouldn't it? No? Okay. I shouldn't really go there, should I? No. It's a bit gross. So is that. It will be. So we're going to... So I'm going to use a router. At the moment it's got a bit of a small bit in there, so we're going to change the router bit over, because that won't quite work. So this is that little palm router I've been using before. Good little tool. It's only about 30 quid, cheap as chips. So nothing fancy about it. It's a copy of a Makita palm router. I just lock it off like so, using the spanner. Undo that. Oh, not all the way though. Take the bit out. I've got the other one that I want to use over here somewhere. Here it is. Because I've been using it. Otherwise it'd be in my drawer with the other bits. With the other tools. Oh dear. Ooh, bit of dust in my eye. Bit in the mud. Right, okay. Okay. That's on there. So we're lining this up with the base plate. I've got to think with the ring. I just want to create a roundover. I'm not trying to create a moulding shape or anything fancy like that. I just want a roundover. So I need to make sure those wings there are flush with the actual sole of the rotor, which is about there. I do like something like that, even though it's only a little cheapy one, it does work really well. Let's bring you down a little bit. And I want to use a rubber mat, so it doesn't, oh, there you go, there's one I found earlier, kicking about it was, kicking about. I don't want these fluffy bits, I'm going to clean it up a little bit first with the sander, otherwise they can influence the shape, because these will go underneath the roller bearing on the cutter. There's a little roller bearing on there, got a guide roller. This is really going to make the missus wonder what on earth am I playing at. I hope she's not listening at the moment. She's going, what on earth are you doing? Alright, let's just take a little bit. That's there. That's cool. Hopefully. Oh! I don't know, a bit of sandpaper, and then it'll be as smooth as a baby's bottom. Now, what colour do I do it? Do I do it red, like it's, you know, got Farmer Giles piles? Or do I just leave it wood? Scorched earth, maybe? Burning ring of fire? Yeah, scorched earth. Sounds like it makes sense. Right, hopefully there's enough gas left to do that, because I'm getting thin on the old gas. I can't find the bottle though. There's a bottle. Try not to burn my fingers. So yes, I'm creating a burning ring of fire. Hopefully it'll catch light just to prove a point. Ow, that was hot! Oh, that's one hot bum hole. Ooh, ouch! Find something to put that on. I'll keep my fingers. There you go. Made for the job. Made for the job that it is. I'm not sure this is actually necessary, as in having a rear exit on the Gargoyle. I'm doing a bum hole, but I've scrapped the idea of putting legs on it. Yeah, rear hind legs. Right, that's his bum hole. I've got to think we're going to put it now. It'd be down there somewhere, wouldn't it? Back there. Back there, do you reckon? Maybe. I think I'm going to a little bit of red paint on it as well. Just for the additional effect. You know, like a prolapse. There you go. Yeah. Now, I'm not doing Farmer Giles before you come up with that idea, Jasper. Definitely not. No more requests, thank you. Where's my glue pot? So every time Caroline, because there's going to be a little thing on the back here, put the key in. So every time she goes to get the key, she's going to see this. And she'll think nothing of it at first, until I tell her what it is. And obviously I will. Bit of glue, and I'm just going to use some nails on that, some pins. Hopefully these aren't too much. Oh, that's 20mm. Should be right. 40mm nails. Be close. I think down here. But there. Alright. I'll wipe it off afterwards. I'll wipe his bum in a minute. Loads on there, that's good. Bit of glue, bit of little rag. Let's clean off excess glue. Wipe his bum. Oh, got a bit of a, oh dear. Let's see a doctor about that. Blimey. Okay. Why? I do not know. But I did do it. I did it. Alright, Jasper, you got your bum hole. Right, next thing now, I've got a plug to go in that. Oh, 1, 2, 3 plugs go in there. And I've got to do these reinforcing parts here. But I think we're. Oh, and also the wings can go on there, can't they? Let's glue those wings on, get them on. Where? Oh, there they are. I was looking for like wood coloured wings, but they're sort of a pine colour now. Black colour, sorry. Some glue. Put in that hole. Right. Oh, where are you? Let's bring you back on board. As in, you're kind of looking at the floor. There you go. There he is. So let's so you know, he's now got his rocking horse's bumhole. In this case, a gargoyle's bumhole. That's by popular request. Yeah, it's a popular request by Jasper. If anyone's wondering, if they want, you know, give them a verbal abuse. That's going to go in there. Like so. Little hammer, a little bit of extra work just to drive it in. Let's tighten the bottom. That's good. And now I've got the other side. I'll take the box out in a second because what I'll do is I'll drill a couple of holes through so I can see exactly where they come through on the inside of the wooden box, and that way I can make sure when I put my fixings up into these two wings from the bottom, they'll, you know, they won't miss. Or at least I hope they won't. That's going to go into there. Like so. That's cool. Right, so I'm going to get a small drill bit. Which will also be the pilot hole, or clearance hole, I should say. For that, I can see exactly where that's got to be. So then he's got a bit, so I can just get that in. Might be a good idea to take the box out. So I don't end up drilling into the top of the box. That would be a very good idea, would it? You might think it's funny, but I don't think it would be a very good idea. So let's move that out of the way. be in the right place. Okay, that's what take off it a little bit. That side there. Yeah, perfect. So now I'll do the same on the other side. The idea being, so I put a screw in underneath, but if I put make sure I can actually get it in the right place by putting a sort of like a guide hole. Right, so there. So then a chisel. I just need to pare a little bit off. We've got to have a sharpening session, so I can just show you the sharpen stuff. Or how I do it anyway. Everything from knives through to chisels to planes. You know, if you're getting tools and what have you, need to be able to sharpen them. A blunt tool is a dangerous tool, and I know it's an old saying, and it's very, very true. It is. So you lose control. As soon as you lose control, that's when you have an accident, it's when you lose control. A bit like a car. Or when you remove hard shoulders, that usually causes accidents. Right, so I've got to be quite careful as I put these screws in. I want thick screws, so quite a thin screw, they're 3.5mm screws. I don't want them to be too big, because if they're too big, I'm at risk of splitting the wing, which I obviously don't want to do. It's been a bit of an organic process, this. Sort of like learning as you go. It's kind of what I've been doing. It's not every day you make a gargoyle, is it? I don't think it is anyway. I can't remember the last time I've done that. It's fine over there. Right, it's a bit tricky. You've got to make sure the screw goes in the right place, as into not enough wood, and not just in a way it's going to splitting it. Well, that looks okay. That's good. And they do the same with that one. I did have one in there, but didn't go in the right way. In that wing, it was kind of going a bit skew-if, which was no good whatsoever. Not be too short. Re-drill the hole. The problem with this one is because the angle of the wing, for some reason, I'm not actually marrying up with the actual screw it marrying up with the wing, the angle of the wing. So what's happening is it's going to screw's going at an angle, and potentially going to come out the side, which I don't want to happen. Re-drilled it at an angle this time, so hopefully it'll go in line with the actual wood itself. That feels secure. Okay, Okay, that's on there, that's on there. So once the glue goes off, it'll be even better. But it feels quite secure. It does. Got to make sure though, got all that glue in the right places. That's good. I don't want the sockets filling up with water. Then you need a couple of reinforcements on these ears, and then these reinforcements on these legs. Then I'm going to call that probably it with that. Because you can go too far, can't you? At the end of the day, what is it? It's a letterbox. So these reinforcements, literally, is going to cut 2 bits of wood for either side. The width for that, they maybe put a bit of shape on them, or go whatever I've got kicking about here, such as that piece maybe. Has a couple of funny shapes from when the legs were cut out. So if I rip that down the middle, yeah, I'll use that. So I'm going to cut that down the middle, probably on the saw over there, on the circle saw, the table saw, that one. Then flatten it off with a hand plane maybe or something. Because first of all I'm going to cut that right down the middle of that board by eye. So it's not perfect for that, as you see, a bit of rock in it. And this side will have the opposite. So that side's got, it's hollow, it's slightly hollow in the middle. That doesn't matter, because I'm going to sort it out. Now, obviously, how I'm doing some of this stuff, if you're not used to this stuff, these tools, you need to do it, think about health and safety, obviously. I'm just using my own experience with these tools. It says I kind of know how they're going to bite me if they're going to bite me. You feel it. It might sound odd, but you can kind of, obviously feel it if they bite you. That goes without saying. But it just, if you're not so, confident, you have to make sure you do everything to the book. And that is guards for start. You notice I don't have a lot of guards on my machines, because I don't like them. Some machines I do, because if they work well with a guard on, but if they don't work with a guard, you end up doing things you shouldn't be doing anyway. And I want to see the thing that's going to bite me. I'm not saying that's right for everybody. I've been doing this for a very long time now, so it's like, hopefully I don't cut myself live. No, definitely not. I hope not. Don't be wrong, I've cut myself, but not severely, with table saws and stuff like that. I'm not saying it won't happen, because when you put yourself in that kind of risk whenever you start one of the machines up. So all I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to put a bit of a wavy cut on here. But first of all, I need the length. 2 ways to do it. I can just grab it and just offer it up like that and mark it, or you can use tape measure if you like. But I just offered it up. Yeah. So all I did, I just put it on there, just whack the line on to see where it's got to be. So I'll just chop that one off. So what that noise was, that was my fence falling on the floor for my router table. But hey, say la vie. So that's going to go in there like that. I can keep it all like that, I don't need to trim it or anything, just do it like that, be fine. Just twist that out there. There you go. go either way. I put the wrong way up. And there's a little bit of trim on top. Actually, in the wrong way up. I should be better that way. Did you square that up? Certainly a bit of scorched earth treatment, so that's going to go in there. That's just, yeah, a bit of support for that leg. Peg the leg. Certainly a bit of scorched earth on that one. We'll do them together, so let's turn it around. Let's do this side. Right, cut it all off. Obviously, not everyone's got tools. So it could be, whether you're using old hand tools, what have you, or, jigsaw. All this could be done with a jigsaw. Cool. Scorch them. Ah, there, we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh dear. Oh, will I have enough gas? Make sure the edge is done. If I do run out of gas, well then at least the bits that are near the side of the box get done. Sadly, it's only reinforcements, so it doesn't really matter. I could just paint them black. In fact, I ought to really look at it. But I've already started, so I'll carry on. Time, it's now about, what, 10 past 9, I think it is in the UK. It's 10 past 10 here. Now, you probably already know, but I've been doing a GoFundMe for trees. So we're literally going to be planting up lots and lots of trees. That's the plan. 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land that we have here. One, just obviously trees are great. The other thing is we've got to create habitat. Places for animals to live. Move your boat over here, there we go. Yeah, so like bird boxes, places for hedgehogs, bat boxes, insect houses. So I'm going to be making a lot of that sort of stuff. Easy little projects that anyone can do. And with ordinary tools. So there's lots of designs. The bat boxes, people don't realise how important the bats are. I love our bats. We've got loads of bats here, and they do need more habitat because they're starting to live in places that aren't great for them, where they, potentially at risk of getting hurt. So we do need to be making them some more bat boxes. We have made them some bat boxes, but they need more. There you go, on there. So I'll stick some glue on that. Actually, no, I won't. I'll make sure I put this one first before I run out of gas. Obviously different size holes and stuff, different types of birds. What we have here, obviously you get the usual sparrows like you get in the UK. We've got a lot of red-breasted robins, quite fat ones as well. I think we're feeding them. And great tits, blue tits, various anteaters. Anteaters? Flycatchers? Oh yeah, little Birds with long beaks. And hoopos. Woo-hoo. And woodpeckers. Got a few wet woodpeckers. They're amazing, they are. Loads of magpies, which are a bit of a problem, magpies. I hope I don't have to do anything about them, but if they do, what they do is they tend to eat the young of the other birds, so it's a bit of a... they nick the eggs and stuff. But they shouldn't do. My theory is, if as long as we put more than enough food out for them, they're less likely to be, kill the young. And how we do it with the magpies, to feed the magpies, you put a whole baguette out, or half a baguette, dried baguette, soak a bit of water, stick it out there, and they just come nick the whole big thing. Quite funny. Greedy little devils they are. So let's whack some glue on this. And then it's just the airs need reinforcing then. I'm looking forward to actually getting this thing up really, which hopefully will be done this weekend. I might do a random live stream just to mount it. Ready for Monday for the post lady to come and give me some bills. That's what she usually does. Don't always know when she's coming though, that's the problem. So, to be able to record her. And also she might not like it either, because there are laws here regarding recording people. That's probably something in the UK as well. In you go. That's it. Cool. Let's get a little bit of reinforcement. So, whack some nails into that. Nail gun. Maestro. Oh, come through the side nearly. It hasn't gone right through, that's good. That nail's close. Do on the top there. And now glue them on the other side. I will whack some clamps on there as well, make sure that's squeezed up tight. That's definitely better. Yeah, just a little bit of flag on it. That's better. And that one's going to go on here, that side. Wet. There's one I prepared earlier. There you go. Dee. Right. Yeah, bats are really cool. You sit out there, through the summer. They actually need quite a bit of warmth, bats do. You've got to be careful they don't get too cold. And we sit out there in the evenings, and then all the bats come out, flying about. It's amazing they don't bump into anything. That's bats for you. Sonar. But there are other creatures as well. We want to make sure. Obviously, there's little field mice and stuff like that. Not the ones that come in our house and eat our food. No, those little blokes can sod off. But again, if we provide them a home outside, we would hope that they would stay out there and be all comfortable in their little houses that we make them. Okay, one there. Cool, that's on there, that one's on there. Right, that's all good. Glue for there for a second, so don't get full of sawdust. Now, since these airs are a bit worried, but they're going to get knocked off, because they are really quite vulnerable, because the grain is going that way. So I'm just going to create a couple of splines on the back of his head. Just glue and pin them on into place, just extra bit of protection. What have I got that'll work for that, I wonder? A little bit of wood, I reckon. But what little bit of wood? Oh, I don't know. Come here, a bit of wood. That looks, maybe not. No, that's no good. Oh, hang on, go that way. Ah! That could work. I mean, that would probably work too. Probably do both of them. That's pretty cool. That'd work. Alright, so we can have that on there like so. What I'm going to do is shape and glue those on that way, because these are the bits I trimmed off, those reinforcement parts for the wings, and go that way. I think that'll work. And glue them into place. That's it. Well, Graham Hughes was on LBC Radio the other day, talking about doing the questions thing they have. I can't remember what it's called now. But people phone in with questions about stuff, and then people phone in with answers about stuff. I think Graham phoned in with an answer. Something about how long it takes to travel around the world. He said you do it in 30 days, apparently. Isn't that a film? No? Right. So now I'll shape that onto there, like that. Yeah, that should work. And then we can glue that on there and a couple of pins. I have to be careful what nails I use, because otherwise, because obviously they're so thin, it could split. Well, that should work. If I glue that on there like so, it's got a splint on its ear. And if I use my little 22 gauge nails and a couple of clamps, what's it doing there? That's good. You can see that. Bring it a bit closer. It's a bit awkward. It's got this battery everywhere. Oh, it's just now. How are we doing for battery power anyway? Oh, battery's okay on the phone now, but the battery pack isn't. So I'll take that off now. My microphones are still charged. I don't know why my phone went out earlier. I was using it on the computer and it was actually plugged in. Oh, I had an accident with my phone. I went out to do an aerial video for that. I made a little video for the GoFundMe for the trees, and I was in a bit of a fluster. And one thing is, I can't put the phone in its case. For some reason, I can't find. It won't fit because the phone's too big into the actual holder onto the controller. So I kind of had to take it out of the holder, out of its case, and then the cable got caught on the door as I was coming into the house. Ripped the phone out of its flipping holder and landed onto the concrete floor and cracked the bloody screen. So angry with myself. I felt very stupid. Yeah, very disappointed. It's a very good phone. To be fair, I do need to replace it. It's getting on. You know, it's probably 5 years old now. So 1 + 6. Didn't mean that to happen. Come on, nail in my hand, nearly. Right, one there. But the phone is it's a powerful phone. So when we bought it, it was kind of at the top of its range at the time, and it works. Hang on, there's been nails in the way. I don't think it's got nails in it. No, it's empty. So I get my little nails, and these are, like I say, these are the very, very, very tiny nails. These are 22 gauge little pins. Incy wincy. Can actually get smaller ones than that. They're 22 or 23? 23 gauge, sorry. It's saying 22, but it's 23 gauge, so it's even smaller. But very useful it is. Got that nail gun. Very useful indeed. That's it, it's working now. Yeah, I was quite annoyed with myself. So what's quite funny though, I say I shouldn't laugh, actually, it's a bit mean. When I was in Onge Island with Graham, he had a bit of an accident with his mobile phone. It was a little bit, how to put it, a little bit worse for wear. I can say it now because it's on my channel. A little bit worse for wear. He fell into the sea with his phone. Yeah, he was drunk, and he fell in with his phone. So he felt a little bit silly and annoyed with himself, just like I did. Brand new phone, he just bought it as well to come away with, poor bugger. But one minute it was there, next minute it was just gone. It was in the river, in the sea. I woke him up. And then the other night, I don't know if you remember, if anyone was watching, and we're on the in the hammocks, and it was a bit windy, and knocked everything over. The wind knocked the tripod over, with the light on and stuff, and the light went in the blooming water. So, Graham is quite haphazard. He's quite very accident prone, to say the least. That one can go onto there. That'll work. Maybe that will be a bit lower. Right, okay, next part on heart. Let go on. Oh, I'm messing up there, I am. What about put the angle on, yeah, wing it, and then the next minute, oh, it's the wrong angle. Just like that. Oh, that's better. Yeah, happy with that. Now I need to cut it off there. So we'll go like so. This is the saw I cut my hand with earlier, when my battery ran out. So there I am, doing it freehand again. I'd like to cut myself yet again. I think we're going to have to make some tools as well. Do some videos actually making tools. You don't have to buy everything, do you? I think that'd be pretty cool. Like I mentioned, I think in a previous video about my grandfather, or great-grandfather, used to make all his own tools. Temper the steel. But we don't have to go that far. We don't need to be tempering the steel, because there's lots of steel already tempered. And quite often, you might already have some. Like, for instance, old hacksaw blades, or an old saw blade, or actually an old hand saw. The steel is already, it's already what you need in a lot of cases. If you've got like a set of carving chisels, you could use, you could use hacksaw blades, the heavy hacksaw blades, or saber, like the saber saw blades. They work well. They're thicker. Oh, there goes a can of paint. Good, and over there. Might have to go on this side. And then the ears are reinforced then. Just fired a nail. This little tiny nail gun, that one, the 23 gauge nail gun, it has no safety mechanism on it, so you could quite easily nail yourself. But the nails are not harmless because they're so tiny. Still hurt though. I've done that, that's good. Now, at the back of his head, where the two rounds come together, you've got a bit of a dip in it, which I'm a bit concerned about. It's got to fill up with water and then get behind the head. So I'm literally going to fill that with some Cascamite wood glue. You can see what I mean at the back here, just here. It's not in a, can you see that there? It's literally just there. So I'm just literally going to fill that with some glue. If it's PVA, I wouldn't do it like that because it would be pointless. But Cascamite you can. That'll go off. That'll shrink a little bit, but at least nothing's got to get down to then. Or shouldn't do. So you shake that a bit. Shake that a little bit like so. That'll do. Cool. Happy at that. Ish, I say. Happy-ish. Blow torches ears. I do need to lacquer it, but I don't know if I can lacquer it just yet because the because there's wet glue everywhere. Some of it we can stick some lacquer on. I think it's going to be it's going to be bit by bit, isn't it? Stage by stage with the lacquer, I think, looking at it. Before I get carried away here, I want to make sure that little crack I had in the tail, that through shrinkage, I'm going to fill that. Make sure we fill that with the Cascamite. Could even put a couple of veneers in it to fill the gap, but there's no point. What is it after all, you know? A bit of fun in it. It's a bit of fun. Just right in there. I watched a little film last night with the missus. It's on Netflix. It was Changeling with Angelina Jolie. That's quite good actually. I think it's an old, not that old, but it's an oldish film. It's quite sad as well. There you go. Right, we need some more plugs. So let's cut some more plugs. Da 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 da. Right, okay. Hey Peter, how you doing, buddy? Strengthen the horns, we've got to strengthen your horns. Hello, Ginger Giraffe, I hope you're well. Oh, let's get back there, Tom, so I know what you're talking about. A hidden camera to see the postie's shocked face. That would be quite funny, wouldn't it? Oh, I've missed lots of talk. Who's got a tsunami? Who's a tsunami? 2 weeks into the year and we've got a tsunami. Oh my God, I've been missing. I've been too busy. George is the gargoyle. Very good. It's 8:10 in the UK. Oh, I've got something wrong here. What have I got wrong here? Oh, my clock's wrong. I should look at my watch really, shouldn't I? Oh yeah. Maybe I should look at the watch in future. It might be a good idea. My clock. I know I didn't put the clock right with the time, with the the daylight saving hours. So, a volcano erupted in Tonga. Then a tsunami hit. I've missed something here. What have I missed? Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. Quite a few on it. What have I missed? Oh God, Ginger said it's -14. Crikey, that is very cold, Ginger's Giraffe. Make a template for a cat box. What sort of cat box? Like a coffin? Put a dead cat in? Or do you mean... No, that's somebody else that'd be, wouldn't it? Oh, so Shannon's had a bit of reaction to the chat, is she? Okay. I think I've... Blimey, there's loads. I've missed loads. Oh, who knew? Fire was hot. Yes, I did burn my fingers. Well, I took the hair off back of my fingers, but, a couple of small squirts of expanding foam. It's a ring piece. Yes, it's a burning ring of fire, that it is. Oh, I see, though. Yes. There's lots of innuendo going on here. Jasper, you're a very naughty boy, you are. Oh, dear. Put leather inside, crinkle it to get... Whoa. So it looks realistic. Oh, dear. Or did the picture go a bit that rubbishy, did it? So, yeah. It was quite bad, wasn't it? Ginger Island. Oh, don't blame you, Gingers. Keep your feet warm. Hot bottle at night plus manure. Manure? Sounds like France. What they used to do in the olden days, the French used to keep the animals in the bottom of the house while they slept upstairs. And the animals to keep the house warm. Ish. Use the animal's body heat. Soapstone. In front of my soapstone oven. Ah. Oh, I got love that. I do like an open fire. The only thing is they're not efficient, are they? Not like the pellet burners. If you get a good source of pellets that aren't not from Northern Ireland, that's coming from Canada or somewhere, that weren't environmentally friendly. Burn the inside. It's had a vindaloo last night. Oh dear. Hot things are hot, thus they are. I do burn myself quite a lot, actually. Also, I do cut myself quite a bit. You probably noticed, because I cut myself today already. There, that was cut there. You see, it had claret coming out of it earlier. I think I cut myself earlier as well. Can't find it now. Bit of insulation tape, that stick yourself back together. A bit of electrical tape does the job. Yeah, the stream did go. I don't know. Has it gone again recently? But it did go earlier because the battery of my phone ran out, even though my phone's been on charge all day. So I don't know why that happened. Deuce. Strengthening the ears. They're not horns, are they? I've got strengthening the horns. The horns are actually okay because the grain's going in the right direction on the horns. So that, yeah. If you're talking about when I was down Ginger Island, yeah, I was quite keen to get home, to be honest. It was that was quite stressful. You've got two blokes living, in close proximity with each other. You can't escape off the island very easily. It's a bit of a palaver, and it's just constant work. I did just drive. I told Mark to stop by my house on his way home from Ginger. I have enough work to keep him busy for a month. But he didn't stop by. Sorry. I had a flight I had to get to. I was quite keen to get home at that point, to be honest. Very keen to get home. 6 weeks with someone you hardly know. And all that, don't be wrong, he's a good guy, but he's just like anything, isn't it? Probably got on each other's nerves. If you grew bamboo, you could use it. I do grow bamboo. I've got bamboo. The only thing about bamboo is you have to smash it first. Because if you put it on your wood burner hole, it explodes because it's got a lot of air pockets in it. Like every little nodule is in between it is sealed. So you have to smash it, make sure that they're otherwise it can be quite dangerous. So I'm told anyway. I ain't put it on the wood burner for that reason. Maybe you know different. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Oh. Okay, you've just said that. But it does the same thing. You've got a hole in each segment. Yeah, I'll just smash it. Or cut, or where you cut it, make sure you cut between each segment on every piece. That'll do the job. But it does burn quite well if you do that. I've burnt them on this wood burner, but I wouldn't do it in the house. Well, you want Monza bamboo, don't you? The Monza, big stuff. Yeah, really big stuff. That doesn't grow here very well, though. I did order some seeds from Premier Seeds and try. I couldn't get them going. They might have been dud seeds, but I didn't want to know. I got one germinated, but then it just died. Need to get some ivy. I can put some ivy though. I'm not poison. I don't put poison ivy, just in case the kids come. But we could put some ivy on. That'd be pretty cool. I've got to get the lights when they're available. I'll get them. Put one in there. Ooh. 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 Oh dear. Yeah. How's that? No. Oh, it looks a bit more scabby now. That's better. Right, I need some plugs. I need plugs. Because I run out of plugs. I've got 1, 2, 3 more plugs we need. That's on there quite well now. That's on there quite well. Some plugs, and then we're almost there, apart from a little bit of lacquer. I could burn them a bit more, really, on the wings. Means I've got a bit of gas left. So, move that out of the way. I'll go and grab the camera in a second. Oh! I'll bring it here. I'm just going to go up there. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to cut some plugs out. I only want a few, so I don't need many. So it won't take long. I do apologise. I forgot to put any wood on my fire. Well, for two reasons. One is I think myself, once I remembered I need to put wood on the fire. I thought, well, I'm not going to be here much longer anyway. I don't really want the fire going too much when I leave it. I don't think it's that safe doing that. They're going to be fine, to be honest. Wood burner works really well. I'm really pleased with it. It looks a bit quirky though, but it does work really well. I need to tighten it up. Just using a plug cutter in the drill. And a pillar drill head just to cut some plugs. In the pine. Now me and the missus, we went to a nursery yesterday to look at trees. And some of them are very reasonably priced, which is kind of more kind of traditional for the area. But when you start looking at other stuff, like for instance, if you've got maple and Acer or anything like that, well then the price just rockets. But we want a few conifers as well, spruces, stuff like that. To have a mixed habitat for the little creatures, little animals, all great and small. I can hear fireworks going on in the distance. One who's having a party on a Saturday night. I don't know if they're allowed at the moment. Gatherings in France? They might be, I don't know. I don't think they are though. I might be wrong. Ayo. Luckily we're in quite a low area, there isn't a huge problem here. But rules are the rules, I suppose. There you go. They're in. My little flush cut saw, which is a little saw from Lidl's. It's ideal flush cutting, no good for cutting because the set is wrong. I'm concentrating. That's fine. Oh, it's coming along. Right, airline. It's a bit of a dust off. I'm going to put a little bit of lacquer on it, but not. I can't lacquer everything because there's a bit, still wet glue on it. But at least if some of it's done, it'll be a little bit protected. I'll build little coats over the next few days. You see there, that's shrinkage. What's that? It hasn't moved in, that's shrinkage. So I'm going to just sand it in. Use the black. Ah, where's the red? Oh, it's over there. Get this done, sort of out of the way, then I can think about sorting this workshop out. Because it is in a mess. It's bugging me, it is. Nah, not all that. So I get some lag on it, and obviously I'm going to need to go over it again, you know, probably with a brush. And I'm just going to put my fire on again. There's fire down there. Oh, I'll show you. It's ferocious, it is. Ferocious. That gas one down there. Turn it on helps. Oh, that has flames come out of it. Oh, I like flames. That does really do a good job. This work really sort of like rapidly helps with the temperature in there. Get rid of some of the humidity. Will be a bit. I'd like to go over this with a brush later and just touch some details up on it. But at the moment I just want to protect it because it's shrinking on me. So we'll wax some lacquer. It's going to need several coats of this, so I'll probably get through 2 or 3 cans, but luckily, well, a couple of cans I think, it's cheap. Start the pop now. On the first ceiling, I might even use some varnish. Once it's outside, well, actually, I think I'll probably wait. Actually, I use some clear varnish and just do it with a brush. Make sure I get plenty on there then. Sort of do it on a day when we're not getting any posts. Sort of Saturday after the post lady comes, if she does come on Saturday. She does come on Saturdays, but only if we've got mail, obviously. And then give it a go over with a brush. That way I can really cake it in then. Epoxy would be good. Crazy how that pine, because it's seasoned wood, it's not Noose's wood, it's wood I've had here. That's took the moisture from the barn next door, just humidity, and now it's starting to shrink. Not bothered, you know what I mean? It's just it's something to bear in mind when you make things. As soon as you bring them into like inside, you make something outside, and then you bring it inside, your heating's going to make it shrink, isn't it? Tell me what happens. Just painted this ring. The thing is, when you use an aerosol, you're never ever going to get enough finish on. Well, you will, but you just have to do so many coats to be ridiculous. If you do it by brush, you get so much more on. Just try to make sure it soaks in. Could use oil, to be honest. But what I will want to, with all this intarsia, it won't seal the intarsia, which means all what happens is water get in there and shrink. See that area there, I'll wax some that glue into that to make sure it's not loose, it's shrunk. Ideally, you make it out of a whole piece of wood. That'd be ideal. But I've just recycled this. This is just all timber I kicked about in my, workshop next door, and it's it does the job, but it's not perfect. You could make it out of plywood, but then again, plywood's going to shrink. It's going to delaminate. So I don't know if you realise, you've got marine ply. I don't use marine ply. Plywood's still plywood, it's still wood. And wood does what it does. The only difference between marine plywood and like WPP plywood or no exterior grade ply is the fact that it's the glues that they use. The process of actually making the ply is not the same. One's an exterior grade, it's got low grade glues, and the other one's, like for instance, marine ply, has a higher grade of glue used for the laminations. Oh, getting there. I ain't going to have it sheen at this stage because it's going to keep soaking in, especially into the end grain, like here. That's going to take some doing, but it needs to go off first, harden up before it actually does its job. I'm not worrying about the finish. I just want to as in, you got to run. If it have a run, I don't care. Have a run. Don't make anything else. Doesn't matter on this job. Well, I can't see any runs yet. I dare say there will be. Especially when it stops soaking in. Stop peering at me, you bumhole. Bumhole staring at me. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, nasty. Smells of paint. Let's bring you around again. This is just great. It does make me tickle. How does it look for you guys? Let's have a look. What do you reckon? Is that a bit crazy? That's a crazy letterbox, isn't it? That's going to be nuts. But to be honest, I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? Apart from, obviously, I'm going to have to keep, over the next few days, or over the weekend, I'll just whack more and more lacquer on it, providing I've got nice weather. But I think we're at the stage now we can start another project. Not today, obviously. I'd like to sleep sometimes. I'd like to have some food, maybe. I haven't had no tea yet. I'm on a stupid diet. That's a good point, actually. I didn't have to eat. I ain't even been whinging about being, oh, I'm hungry. Not yet, anyway. I had stir fry earlier. I had stir fry. I had French beans. Got to be careful of them as well. You get too many of them, you have too many carbs. They've got sugars. A lot of the sweet greens, like the peas and stuff like that, are high in sugars. Even carrots, high in sugar. So many things you can't eat. Yeah, if you want to get yourself into keto in the first place. You know, well, I'm 97 kilos when I weighed myself yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see what I am in a week. I should lose a bit of water to start with. But if I can get into keto, the weight should fall off. So it did last time. I lost so much weight very, very quickly. And like I say, then I can look forward to putting it all back on again. That's what usually happens. Especially if I don't have a lifestyle change. So, oh, I like beer. Beer's good, isn't it? I like beer. Need to have a beer. I'm worse enemy, I am. There. Use that can up. So, I do. I'll run out now. I have got more, but I'll do it later. I've got to be careful what I touch. The fumes! And the gas mask. So I think it's looking pretty cool, isn't it, eh? For a letterbox, I think it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, there was a letterbox good in there, just so, just in case you didn't know. Shannon. It does look pretty cool, doesn't it? But anyone could do it. You could do it just with jigsaw. Yeah, if you get the right blades in your jigsaw, you could do that with jigsaw. Don't have to be as crazy as this one, does it? Doesn't even have to be that. You can make a bird box like it. You think of that being like the bird box, and it's made for something, it's the hole for the bird to go in and out of. Might scare the birds off, but it's pretty much the same thing. It can be anything like that, can't it? Like when I do the bat boxes, I want to make them look a bit like Batman-ish. Even just the Batman symbol, maybe. That's sort of that one there. That was my idea anyway. That might work. But bat boxes are quite cool because when the we've got a few small ones that are up a tree. I didn't realise at the time it's a bad idea to put them up trees because the branches, they can, as they fall out, they can get, before they get orientated, they can hit branches and stuff. So although that's good for them to be near woods and trees, it's not good for them to be directly in the tree. Or at least they must have somewhere where they can fall out of the tree without banging into anything. So a good place on the eaves, actually, on the roof of your house. That's a really good place for bat boxes. That's one of the places I'm likely to be putting them. Because here, our house here in France, is it's a traditional farmhouse. You've probably seen it, and the roof overhangs quite a way. That's great protection to do a row of bat boxes. So that's what I want to do. But I want to do some bigger ones as well, not just small ones, bigger ones, because they're almost like little colonies, little families of bats. And you can have them as long as the slot that they crawl into is no more than like 3/4 inch, around 18 to 20 mil. That'll be, and then they'll just fly in there. And what you do is you create little places for them to hang on to. And how you do that is the easy way is to use a table saw or stick bits of wood on. And literally what you do to a table saw is create loads of grooves in the wood, and then they just hold on like that. So you can have like clusters of bats. It's really cool. And I think about like night vision camera and that stuff, infrared camera. So that'd be quite cool. So, you could stream that, couldn't you? That's a plan. Oh. So yeah, the bat boxes would be pretty cool. And then a series of lots and lots of bird boxes. Because they need habitat too. And since we pointed the house, we've lost a lot of the habitat for the birds. Because obviously they were living in the walls, in between the stones, and create little homes. And before they nested again, what we did is we had to point the walls, obviously to keep the weather out. Because it was a bit of a bad state. And now we need to make sure they've got habitat again. So that's something we've got to do. And then in the woodland areas as well. It's not just the house, but in the woodland areas as well. So that would be quite cool to... I say the woodland areas. We haven't planted all the trees yet. We've got certain areas we've got trees already fairly established. But we want to... we're planting a lot more trees. We'll be planting around 1,000 more trees. So hopefully we'll get somewhere near that, which will be quite cool. And like I say, we're doing that GoFundMe, and in 4 days, it's already raised 410 euros so far in 4 days, which really surprised me. I was really impressed. Some people's donations have been quite reasonable as well, quite considerable. I think it's considerable. It seems a lot of money to give, but the cause is good. I think there's something we have to do. I know that we're not going to stop global warming and what have you with planting a few trees. It might be too late for that. But if we can create habitats, and by planting trees, you're creating habitats, aren't you? That's the bit I like about it, really. It's a gremlin strike. It is a bit like a gremlin, but it's a gargoyle. Gremlins aren't gargoyles. It's a gargoyle. Cheers, Kit Kat. It does look pretty cool. I'm quite pleased with it, really. It's a bit Heath Robson, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it doesn't matter because it's for us, you see. So, plant your Paulownia trees. Oh. Cheers, Peter Darcy. It does look fun, doesn't it? The land of the free is not allowed to have individual post boxes, but people demonstrate against mask mandates. Yeah, it's rather nuts, isn't it? Yeah, I know, it is everywhere, isn't it? I don't get that, I just understand. I just feel that, what my argument is, where would we be if it wasn't for the vaccine? I'm just very fortunate we got it, really. Can't you do things like that to your letterbox? You're not allowed? Oh. Why is that? That's strange. Why wouldn't you be allowed to? Maybe I'm not allowed to, and I've done it anyway. I don't think... No. Rich, seriously, you're not allowed to? Would it be... Is that a state thing? Would it be telling what state you're in? A bit like collecting surface water and stuff, filling your barrels up with rain. In some states, you're not allowed to do that, are you? Which seems crazy. Thunderbird 2. Fits inside. Bamboo is very invasive, you're right. Yeah, the roots tether like that, and they just go everywhere. We've actually put it beside our little ponds, so it hasn't really caused us any problems. It's been there for about 9-10 years now, at least 9 years. It hasn't really been a problem. I'll stick it down below in the description after the stream. But yeah, it's just rewilding really, because it's got a couple of pictures there as well. But I'm creating a little video for it as well to show what the project's about. Sounds like I found my next project. Yeah, well, probably trees and bat boxes and stuff. But we need to make them look cool. It can't just be we can't just make a bat box. It's just basically a box. We need to make it look cool and have a bit of fun with it as well. Like, for instance, if it was a bat box, why not have like the bat symbol on it or something? I don't know, or make it part of the shape even. It might be fun. And then bird boxes. I've got a few ideas for that. Intarsia would work with that. There's other things here, like what are the walking trees in Lord of the Rings? The ant? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, the walking trees with the old face. You can imagine something like that. Mouth, that could be the opening for the bird box. But you've got to make sure the holes are the right size. And in some cases, in some areas, it's a good idea to have a little metal ring around it. A bit like the rocking horse's bumhole, but in metal. Because what happens is some birds will literally just they'll just chew at the hole. And if you don't realise that, before you know they're in there, and they'll be nicking the eggs or the young. So you've got to be careful. And the thing is, obviously over there, where we're going to be putting a lot of these bird boxes within the trees, and owl boxes and stuff, which I might put on the end of the barn. The owl box is probably on the end of the barn, because you do get owls here. It's quite funny. We encourage them. That'd be quite cool. Encourage everything. I like animals. They're hairy like me, aren't they? Anyway, I'm mumbling on here. And my battery for my radio mic is probably going to go out any minute, because we're now on. Well, it says live here. We've been live for 57 minutes. Well, that ain't right. Oh, it might be when it went off and on. That would make sense. Yeah, because the stream went off and on. Anyway, I'm going to call it. I better go and see the missus. I actually think I've deserted her again. Anyway, we've got a letterbox thing. And any metal projects, yeah? Why not? I can weld. I'm always sticking bits of metal together and making stuff. I don't think there's anything here I can show you. Usually stuff that goes outside. But yeah, we do some metal projects. Why not? A bit of welding, a bit of grinding, a bit of cutting. Oh, metal projects. What about my... There you go. I'll show you. You've probably seen it already. In fact, there's a video for that as well. My wood burner, my crazy wood burner, which has probably gone out because I put the wood on it. Made out of old wheels. Yeah, it's gone out. So yeah, it's made out of old wheels, that is. So 1, 2, 3 car wheels and half a gas bottle at the bottom. And it works really well, because how it works is it's literally this vent there, this one, yeah, it provides oxygen to the middle of the fire. So if you put sawdust in this, just ordinary sawdust at the saw, or at the chip collector, and it'll still burn, it won't smother, because you're putting oxygen into the middle of the fire. Got the idea from another kind of fire called Nardine's Turbo thing. It's like a bean can really, but it works really well. But yeah, it's pretty good. So that's metal. Lots of welding went into that. A hell of a lot of welding rods and welding wire went into that. But yeah. But maybe some smaller projects. Cheers, buddy. Oh, so what's cut off? Okay. Yeah, I thought about 3 hours, because it says 59 here. But it might be because I have to restart and rejoin, or resume the stream earlier. Well, I thought that was over an hour ago. Depending on how much land we have, we were talk about doing something similar. Oh, cool. A mixture of trees, wildflowers, fruit. It's exactly what we want to do. I've been doing a lot of propagating for the fruit bushes. I've been doing a lot of propagating, because we've already got a lot of fruit bushes here, but we want to create obviously food for the little creatures, you know. So fruit bushes, yeah, we've got like a lot of fauna, done a load of faunas, blackberries. We've got black currants, white currants, all sorts of stuff. But also sloes, various, you know, blackthorn, hawthorn, to recreate the hedgerows. You know, the old bocage that they used to have here in France, but also in the UK, where the hedgerows would be like layered hedges. So we're going to recreate those as well. So it'd be quite cool, really. Yes, and talking about the bees, they've now passed in the UK, but also here in France, Germany, and some of us neonicotides. Oh, I can't say it now. Neonics, you know, the nasty pesticides that kill bees. Emergency measures, because the so-called aphids putting the sugar beet at risk. So they want to kill them. But what happens is they'll cause decades worth of damage for the bee populations. They reckon that a teaspoon of this pesticide can kill 1.5 billion bees. Just one. Any drainage? Yeah, we're on a hill, so we've got natural drainage here. We're actually on the side of a valley. So I can show you. You might be able to see it on the drone footage I've done for the video when I do the video. Thanks, Kit Kat. You take care. Yeah, hello, Winston. Yeah, bird boxes. We're going to do lots of bird boxes. Various of birds. Small projects that anyone can do. Bit of fun. Yeah, the bees are really, really important, and we're just, it's just crazy. The post office is a government agency. Federal law sets what mailboxes look like. Okay. I didn't know that. That's nuts. Oh, well, anyway, I'm going to say, love you, Navia. It's time for me to go. So, ta-ta. And look, we got a gargoyle. Oh, dear. So, thank you for watching. Anyway, ta-ta. Oh, thank you. Ta-ta. Oh, before you go, please click like down below. Don't cost a penny, it don't, no. Ta-ta.